What's up, my friends? Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We are here with Aceario, Vivian, Cassandra, and Sarah, and we are in Redcliffe. We need to go off and meet this Fiona at the Gall and Lantern Tavern. Let's look into the journal, though, and see if we can get a little update on anything a little bit more than just that. Grand Enchanter Fiona, leader of the Mage Rebellion, has offered an alliance with the Rebel Mages at Redcliffe. So let's go ahead and just go right to the tavern. It's pretty much straightforward to the point. Though Redcliffe seems to be attacked by some kind of new type of rift, which looked like it slowed down time and sped up time. So we definitely need to see what the hell is going on here in Redcliffe. So I am super excited to get to Redcliffe. It's been a long time since I've seen Redcliffe. And I don't know, it's just like a blast from the past type of thing. You get that feeling of like so much, I don't know, just from the other games since we pretty much saved Redcliffe.
Craftsmanship to remain standing after such abuse.
Sure is, Cass. Pretty amazing craftsmanship. It's barely even standing though. Redcliffe Windmill. These ruins mark the spot where a windmill once overlooked Redcliffe Village. It was destroyed in the last days of the Blight when Darkspawn attacked the area and was never repaired. I don't know, it just makes me miss Eridan when we're here. For some reason, obviously we know why, because all the stuff that he did in Origins for Redcliffe. How the hell do we get up here? Can't hide from me. Ganari Battle Axe? Oh, I guess we can sell it off. Alright, well, let's get down. Redcliffe is indeed an update. Look at it, though. It's so much bigger than what it was, and I don't remember there being a waterfall. But that was, again, Dragon Age Origins, so very many years ago that game was created. But it certainly does look freaking awesome.
Mother, I had the dream again last night.
No, there'll be no talk of this.
It was so real. And when I woke up, the sheets were as cold as ice.
So more about dreams. Like I said, that quest that we completed last episode was talking about this guy's dreams. He did, like, I can't remember fully, but he was just really ranting on about his dreams. Take him away, take him away, take him away, something like that. He kept repeating the words. So we got more deft hand stuff. All right, well, we'll get to that at some point.
The mages and the Templars kill each other.
That would with you. Is indeed in Liliana's tree, from what I can remember. So we'll get to it. That seems to be like the first thing I do tend to bum rush for after we do the codex thingies, the thingy majiggies.
I remember the first time the dead walked these lands, when a blood mage poisoned our leman. The ashes of Andraste herself brought the Arl back from his enchanted slumber.
Tell me about your people.
They say a spirit dwells in a small lake south of the highway. The girls of the village bring it daisies and ask for love, but rarely does it listen. For 'tis a spirit of valor, not love, and it favors blood lotus flowers.
Take a blood lotus to the lake. Alright, well that's over by the Blackwall recruitment area, if I can recall. Let's head on up to this general area to the right first. There's a lot of shops here, friends. And one of these shops do indeed have that armor that I want. Unlocks Hero of Ferelden. Well, thank you. I wish you popped it up on the screen. Beautiful. Look at the griffin. Fucking Wynn would be proud, man. She would be telling nothing but griffin stories right now. We have, looks like, another deft hands place, which is fine. We'll get to it. The great thing about this game, I love, like, how this game will have things in areas, or just, let's just say you can open up other areas, and it really doesn't matter. You can kind of get to it when you want to get to it, so you can open up a new area and just do, like, a few things, come back, and nothing will ever, like, disappear. At least from my knowledge. The only thing that really disappears is the war table stuff before the end of Haven.
Too many people dying for want of simple herbs. My apologies. Can I help you?
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Yes. We've many injured from attacks by those cursed Templars. I need the herbs to treat people's wounds. It's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more. I've a list there of the herbs I need.
Goodbye.
Stay safe out there.
We will ask her about the refugees in time. So let's do this little herby thing that she's got going on. So she needs 2 spindle wheat and 4 elf root. Well, we definitely have enough.
May I help you?
Here you go.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
Yes, these are perfect.
Are you running short of healing herbs?
Yes, I need them to keep wounds from going bad. It's too dangerous to go hunting through the hills to gather more. I've a list there of the herbs I need.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
So she has more stuff. And this time is... something?
A pleasure to see you again.
Here, found more herbs, I think.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
With this, I'm certain I can save more lives.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Can we just go over here and look at the more lists? Alright, well, maybe we found more stuff here.
A pleasure to see you again.
Found more herbs, obviously.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
With this, I'm certain I can save more lives.
Alright, well, take it easy.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
So, the quest there, a common treatment. I know that this common treatment just needs basic herb stuff, but eventually the last one needs a few crystal graces. So keep that in mind and definitely get a few before you actually come here to her.
A pleasure to see you again.
There are refugees at the crossroads who would benefit from a healer.
Of course they would. These attacks by the Templars have endangered countless innocent lives. But if I go to the crossroads to help, I might end up in danger myself. I doubt those refugees would risk their lives for a knife here. Why should I risk mine for them?
Have people called you a knife ear?
Every day. They need the salves I sell, but they spit on me once they've paid. These villagers only tolerate me because Templars killed their human healer. I doubt the humans at the crossroads would be any different.
Let's see, we got Cassandra and they will remember your help. Let's go ahead and have Cassandra butt in here. I feel like Ace would definitely want Cassandra to, because he does know at this point how Cassandra did help him at least with the lady in Val Royale. So at this point, they will remember your help. Having Cassandra do it is, I think, a little bit more on Ace's speed of what he would do here. Like, he does like to do stuff himself, obviously, but they will remember your help. I don't know if he would say that more than saying, you know, nudging Cassandra like, hey, maybe you want to step in here.
The Inquisition honors the efforts of all who are willing to help in these dark times. Help the refugees, and we will ensure that you are protected and respected.
All right. If the Inquisition soldiers are there, I might be safer regardless. I'll see you at the crossroads soon. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
Thank you, good woman. Alright, well, indeed. I wish the herbs would have popped up so we could have all seen what we actually needed to do them herbs. Straight, simple, and to the point, my friends. Now let's go shop. Let's go shop till we drop. Excuse me, friend. Have a good one. We have, looks like in just a store.
Good day.
Good day, sir. Nothing around? Here we go. Masterwork Scout Armor. There it is. And Superior Hunter. Oh, look how sexy it is, though. And look at this sexy blue. Oh, my goodness. It's just like that velvety stuff. Awesome. The Superior Hunter code looks great, though. I mean, they both really look good. Alright, well, let's see what it does. 2 dexterity, 3% range defense, 2% sunder when being hit, and then abilities cost 10% less mana stamina if not being hit for 5 seconds. You know, that might not be great for Ace, but that upgrade is just so good. Let's get 1, 2, 3 for me, Varric, and Sarah. And honestly, the next rogue companion, there's probably other stuff. I believe we're good on the arms and stuff. We don't really need that. And there's nothing else. Alright, Ace, go ahead and put it on. Look like a real rogue now, friend. Oh, this one's actually better, look. Oh, this one's better. 131. Alright, well, you're getting a good one, Ace. Look at how awesome he looks now. Sarah. We'll give you the worst one. And we'll give Varric this one. The little duster does seem to get beat up more than Sarah does for some reason. We definitely take Varric a bit more than Sarah. Alright. Well, there it is. Look at Ace. Look at him. And look at Sarah. Me and Sarah are twinsies. What's up, Sarah? How are you? Looking good, girl. Excuse me, sir.
Ah, Senna, my darling. For the first time in all these years, I fear I will not be visiting your ashes. What world is this? That demons and brigands stop a man from taking flowers to his wife's shrine.
What if I took flowers to your wife's shrine for you?
I do not know what to say, except thank you. I never expected anyone not of the blood to care. My Senna would be grateful. Her shrine lies on a hill to the west, near the tablstones. Thank you.
Well, it's not like we don't have anything better to do, friends, like closing the fucking breach in the sky. But yeah, sure, we can deliver flowers.
Stay safe.
Walk in peace.
Take it easy, friend. Flowers for Senna. Take flowers to Senna's shrine. All right.
Sarah, how are you not dead?
What are you on about?
I was trained from childhood by the greatest swordsman of an age. You were apparently orphaned to the street with your wits and a quiver. Neither full.
You come from nobles, all right. Get over yourself. I'm not even near the bottom of what real people live through.
Just because you come from that background, Cass, doesn't mean you're gonna die. Sarah's probably a better fighter than half the people in the Inquisition. What's up, Duster? Templar Greatsword, Keeper Staff. Do we have any curved, balanced dagger grip? Here we go. Let's buy that. Now we can really make been whooping all the asses type of shit. Firm bow grip. Jeweled staff blade. Oh, that's nice. Let's get that. Pointed dagger grip. Ooh. Let's get the rugged staff grip too. We have any pummels? Tilted. A half. Sharp pummel. Alright, well that looks good. Sturdy scout armor. Tier 1. Scout coat legs. Let's buy all this scout stuff.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll never get over that sky.
Alright, friend. You're gonna fall up into this guy if you're not careful.
You should talk to the Magister. You're the rightful heir to Redcliffe. Into Victor, you would never take that away just because you're a mage.
So,
It's not your fault. It could happen to any of us.
That doesn't help. That's why people hate us.
But just stop.
You don't know what you're talking about.
this door here, I would suggest not open it up right now. If you go in here, you're gonna hear banter, and it's going to be a spoiler. And I won't open it up until we actually get into the Redcliffe, the main part here. And then we find out what the hell is actually going on. And then I will come back to the store, or at least hope I remind myself to come back to the store. Because there is indeed stuff in there to get. But it's like spoiler stuff. It's not heavy spoiler stuff, but to me it's spoiler enough to where I don't want to show it right now. Just like I don't really want to show the Black Emporium. Because that is heavy spoiler stuff. Heavy. Chantry Stove, Amulet of Dexterity, friends. Alright. Maybe we can get that to Sarah, probably. Let's talk to Connor. Ooh, Connor.
Are you Connor?
You've heard the story, I guess. I can't believe King Alistair thought Redcliffe was the right place to send the mages. I mean, he grew up here. Did he think they would just forget what I did to them?
You don't approve of Tevinter. What happened to Eamon? Why did you join the rebels? Let's just dig. Look how old he is now. The last time we seen him, he was a screaming little boy.
You were behind the siege of Redcliffe 10 years ago?
That's me. The boy with Redcliffe's blood on his hands.
It wasn't your fault. I'm surprised you're here. They should have killed you. Wasn't your fault. Ace doesn't really know that to say it wasn't your fault. I'm surprised you're here. He would actually be a little dumbfounded that this Connor person is actually back in Redcliffe considering what happened. Not coming off by saying it's your fault, why are you even back here, but kind of like you went through an ordeal. I don't know if I would have came back here type of stuff, you know?
If I were you, I wouldn't have set foot in Redcliffe again unless I was dragged in chains.
I had nowhere else to go. When we closed the circles, every city shut its doors to us. There was nowhere else to go. I hate it. I can feel the blood on the stones even if I can't see it.
Well, that was a bit much, Ace, don't you think? It kind of was misleading dialogue, I guess, there. It happens, but it's okay. It was still in the lines of what he would have said.
Why isn't Arl Eamon in power anymore?
After the lands meet, he stayed in Denerim. I couldn't be his heir, not after what happened. So eventually he passed the title to Uncle Tegan.
Uncle fucking Tegan!
How did you end up in the Mage Rebellion?
I was living in the Ferelden Tower when the circles dissolved. I voted against it, but at first it seemed all right. No one was summoning demons. They just wanted to oversee themselves. But then the Magister came, and it's wrong what they do in Tevinter. We are monsters. We need to be controlled. If it wasn't for me, every family in this village wouldn't be missing a son, a daughter, a spouse.
You're not in favor of the alliance with Tevinter?
Alliance? Is that what they're calling it? That Magister threw my uncle out into the street. He signed us into servitude. This is my home. Redcliffe, Ferelden. No matter what evils I've done, I would never have invited Tevinter here.
I need to be going.
Please, talk some sense into the Grand Enchanter. Selling out to the Imperium won't win us any friends. We have to find a way to make peace.
I really feel bad for the boy. At least him going through his ordeal he did in Origins, he does seem like he's changed. And he's learned from it. Look at him. He doesn't want to, you know, side with Tevinter here. And I mean, can you blame him? From what the South knows about Tevinter, Ace knows a good deal about Tevinter, but that being said, Ace has seen some of the bad parts of Tevinter too. So maybe allying with Tevinter, at least if it's the worst part of the Magisterium or whatever it is, probably not a good idea, you know? The Dwarven Merchants Guild, oh hell yeah! The Dwarven Merchants Guild is without a question the most powerful surface dwarf institution. It has become what the Assembly is to the people of Orzammar, a prestigious club that everyone wants to belong to, and the surest means to obtain power and fortune. The guild's leaders can always trace their lineage back to noble or merchant caste houses in Orzammar. The guild regulates trade between the Dwarven city and the surface, and so quietly controls the entire economy of Orzammar. They quietly control Orzammar, huh? I mean, with Jarvie and them there, or Barat or whatever, they definitely did. Though the ruling king or assembly would never admit it, the guild is heavily conservative, but started to get more of the ascendants, especially banking families, into its membership, which has caused no small amount of infighting in the guild. You know, actually, I'm going to eat my words I just said, because this is the Dwarven Merchants Guild, not the Carta. I was thinking about the Carta for some reason, but this is basically, we don't really even know the Dwarven Merchants Guild until the second game, kinda. You know, Barter and all his merry band. So, kind of what, like, Varric is in. Anyway, Society by Lady Alcone. Excuse me, One-Eyed Jimmy.
Please, are you with the Inquisition? As you've wandered, have you by any chance seen a ram that is, different? Lord Wolseley wandered off, and he's very special. If you could find him, I'd be most grateful.
Well, we definitely seen the orange ram at some point.
What makes your ram so special?
Well, he's always brought the family luck. And his advice helped us make our fortune.
Your ram offered advice?
He's a very special ram.
Your ram has gone missing?
Yes. I'm certain that if he heard his Jimmy missed him, he'd come right back. He's likely at our family's old summer cabin. It's by the lake in the southern hills. If you do find him and send him back, I'd be happy to pay you.
I'll speak with you later.
If you find my ram, please send him home.
I sure will, just for you. I will send him right home this instant. Hero in every port, ballads of Nuggins. Oh, the best of us run when Dreadnought was sighted. Nuggins, Nuggins, for he heard the call. Tip 9, Kunari, and that's why he's knighted. Nuggins, Nuggins, as brave as he's small. Oh, the shore full of pirates, the worst set to happen. Nuggin, Nuggins, his heart pure and true. Tipped him an admiral, now he's our captain. Nuggins, Nuggins, for me and for you. Oh, the blight was upon us and we found no pardon. Nuggins, Nuggins, now he'll make his stand. Tripped up the darkspawn and now he's a warden. Nuggins, Nuggins, for all in the land. Oh, paraded through Kirkwall as hero and winner. Nuggins, Nuggins, stubborn and vicious. Tipped up a Viscount and he's for dinner. Nuggins, Nuggins, of course he's delicious. What the fuck am I reading here? Collected by Philum, a bard. Alright, Philum. Absolutely fucking atrocious poem there, whatever the hell it was. What the hell? What are you doing, Ace? Just backstab that chest. Alright, One-Eyed Jimmy, take it easy, friend.
Good day.
I'm pretty sure we got everything on the lower reaches. Oh, look at this awesome sign here, friends. Got Redcliffe shield. So cool. Alright, well, let's go to the Gull and Lantern. What can possibly go wrong, huh?
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition. First Enchanter Vivienne?
My dear Fiona, it's been so long since we last spoke. You look dreadful. Are you sleeping well?
What has brought you to Redcliffe?
Vivian being Vivian, baby. Way to break the ice, Viv. Drop the act. Is this a trick question? You invited me here? What has brought you to Redcliffe? Don't you fucking remember? Ace would be like a little confused why the hell she would just be like, what brought you to Redcliffe, even though she talked to us in Valrio. Drop the act. Yeah, maybe he would think it was an act right now.
Skip the pleasantries. You know why we're here. You came all the way to Val Royeaux to invite us.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave.
Then who did I meet? Something weird is happening, and I'm certain it was you. I don't know if he would think something weird is happening, because not too much weird stuff has happened here besides just the rift out there had a little bit different. But he, in his mind, he would think that the rifts are starting to adapt to, well, just adapt and do different things. So I don't think in his mind he would think that somebody's actively messing with the rifts. Then who did I meet? I was certain it was you. Yeah, he would think it was definitely her. I mean, obviously it was fucking her.
There is no mistake. While the Templars were leaving, you came to Val Royeaux and asked me here.
The Templars left Val Royeaux? Where did they go? That sounds... Why does that sound so strange? Whoever or whatever brought you here, the situation has changed. The Free Mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
Fiona, dear, your dementia is showing.
An alliance with Tevinter? Do you not fear all of Thedas turning against you?
As one indenture to a Magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
You've made a huge mistake. That was fast. You're ignoring the breach. Then tell me who does. You've made a mistake. Would Ace think it was a mistake for allying with Tevinter? But it just depends. Because he's probably met a lot of good Tevinters, but Ace is not one to like the way Tevinter does the whole slave stuff. He is big on freedom, and he doesn't like oppression. So as her saying, as one indentured to a magister, you just freely gave yourself over, he doesn't like that idea, and he would... I'm feeling that he would tell her it's a huge mistake doing what you just did. But that being said, he loves some parts of, you know, the Imperium. So it's not just outside of him to say that's a mistake, because like I said, he did see the best and worst of it. And he is definitely not on board with indentured and like servitude type of stuff. He hates it. So you're ignoring the breach would definitely be another good one. But are they really ignoring the breach? We don't really know that right now. Maybe they're trying to build their forces for the breach. So we don't really know. Making a mistake is... He would say that.
An alliance with Tevinter is a terrible mistake.
All hope of peace died with Justinia. This bargain with Tevinter would not have been my first choice, but we had no choice. We are losing this war. I needed to save as many of my people as I could.
Welcome, my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Girion Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
I love his armor. Freaking awesome looking. Why couldn't we look like that?
I haven't seen any sign of Redcliffe's Arl or his men.
The Arl of Redcliffe left the village.
Al Tegan did not abandon his lands during the Blight, even when they were under siege.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
So this guy and Ace, I wonder if Ace would actually like him. Ace would definitely feel uneasy with this guy so far. You know, the funny thing is about the whole servitude thing, that Ace wouldn't be on board. I know you might think to yourself like, well, basically the Imperium, no matter who you are, you can be a good mage or not, you'd have slaves. But I guess it's different because, let's see, because Ace would be okay with them if you had no other means of getting, you know, wealth to save your family from just starvation and stuff. Selling yourself and putting yourself into servitude probably isn't bad, depending on if you kind of have no other choice. But I guess in the same aspect, they felt like they had no other choice too, so maybe he would be okay with it because it's kind of like last resort. But that being said, he still does not like oppression. And is servitude different than oppression, though? I wonder, because like I was saying, you can actively sell yourself to be a servant, but then you can get paid, right? They definitely pay their servants. Not all of them are terrible to their servitude or slaves, whatever you want to call them. So it's kind of like a touchy subject, but in his eyes, maybe like handing yourself over in that situation was a mistake, because to him, he would have fought to the death. He wouldn't have just turned himself from his freedom. Because freedom is a beautiful thing. You don't know how much you miss it until it's actually gone, until you give it up. So he would feel that they didn't have, like, that wasn't just the only choice, you know? There may have been other choices, you know, still fight for it. Don't just go right over and sell yourself to the Imperium. So it's a touchy subject, friends.
The Grand Enchanter told me she was indentured to a magister.
Our southern brethren have no legal status in the Imperium. As they were not born citizens of Tevinter, they must work for a period of 10 years before gaining full rights. As their protector, I shall oversee their work for the Imperium.
I'm not clear on when exactly you negotiated this arrangement with Fiona.
When the Conclave was destroyed, these poor souls faced the brutality of the Templars, who rushed to attack them. It could only be through divine providence that I arrived when I did.
It was certainly very timely.
What does the Imperium gain from taking rebel mages under its wing?
For the moment, the Southern mages are a considerable expense. After they are properly trained, they will join our legion.
You said not all my people would be military. There are children, those not suited.
And one day I'm sure they will all be productive citizens of the Imperium when their debts are paid.
Let's negotiate. This is a long way from home, obviously. I need mages for the breach. Well, it's time to get straight to the point here. I guess if the Imperium is here and they have aligned themselves with the Southern mages, as he says, then he needs mages. Either you help us, the other mages help us. It doesn't matter.
I'm here to get mages to close the breach.
Right, to business. I understand, of course. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I'm not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious, indeed.
Then you will help us. I'll take whoever you got. We don't think small here.
Well, when you're fighting a massive tear in the sky, you can hardly afford to think small.
There will have to be. Felix.
My lord, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Wow, aren't we secretive?
Could be a trap.
There's no telling who or what will be waiting for us in that Chantry.
Come on, let's do something.
All right, Sarah, we'll do it. You see him copping a feel? All right there, Felix. Look at this guy. He don't know what to do with himself. He's like, oh, well, should I just, bump and grind on this guy to get by or what? All right there, pleb. Have a good one.
We don't need your kind here. Your Inquisition's just Templars by another name.
Who are you?
Linnea. Just Linnea. Don't ask what circle tower I'm from, because we're done with that. We're all free mages now.
You'd rather bow to Tevinter than join the Inquisition?
All you Chantry types think the same way. The Imperium is a great evil that must be avoided. It's just because they're ruled by mages. No one wants us to look at them and say their mages are free and the world hasn't ended.
Don't they use blood magic? Well, obviously they definitely do, Ace.
But don't Magisters summon demons and practice human sacrifice?
The Chantry says whatever they think will scare us. What's wrong with blood magic? People don't like the idea of us controlling their thoughts, but they have no problem with us throwing fireballs in their wars. In Tevinter, the mages police themselves. It works.
I mean, you really shouldn't want to control other people's minds, you fucking freak. Why would you even want to do that? The Inquisition is different. I want to help the mages, and you need me. I mean, she's talking like we are on board with the Chantry here. We are different. We're not even part of the Chantry, kinda. So Ace would definitely say that the Inquisition's different from what she's actually saying that we are.
Why does everyone think we're part of the Chantry? We left the Chantry. They hate us.
Right. And I'm the Empress of Orlais.
Alright, Celine, have a good one. Where's Lloyd at? Can't believe Lloyd's not in this damn game. I spent all that time keeping Lloyd alive, friends. You know the struggle to keep Lloyd alive. It was real.
Thank you.
And he ain't even here.
Magister Alexius does not approve of those without magic like you and me. You may not wish to stay long. Many villagers have already left to escape his ire.
What do you know of Redcliffe? There we go.
This village has a history with mages, doesn't it? Do you know the details?
During the last blight, the Arl of Redcliffe became ill. Not even the efforts of the Circle could save him. His young son, who was an undiscovered mage, made a deal with a demon to keep the Arl from death. The boy became an abomination. Through him, each night, the demon raised armies of corpses to assault the village. The hero of Ferelden defeated the demon and stopped the undead hordes from destroying Redcliffe.
What does the Magister have against you?
He does not like to be reminded of what mages can become. He says all Tranquil must leave Redcliffe, but who would take us in?
You're one of the Tranquil?
Yes, my talent for magic was insufficient to protect me from demons. Rather than risk me becoming possessed, the Circle removed my connection to the Fade. My magic is gone, along with my dreams and desires. Those now in Redcliffe prefer not to see us.
How long have Tevinters been here?
Magister Alexius arrived at nightfall, 2 days after we retreated from the Temple of Sacred Ashes. He forced anyone without magic out of the castle, save those he required to serve him. Even the Arl was sent away.
All right, well, thank you very much, sir.
Farewell, then.
One moment. You are a member of the Inquisition, are you not? I am an alchemist. You must require potions. If the Magister will not have me here, perhaps I can offer my services.
We don't need you. Join us, definitely. If we can get more people on board to the Inquisition, Ace would definitely be on board.
We would be delighted to have you working for the Inquisition.
Thank you. While one lives, it is good to believe there is still a use for one's talents.
Clarence, or Clements, agent acquired, baby. What do we have here? The crows and Queen Magrel. The first crow refused to speak, and even we put hot coals to the soles of his feet and peeled the skin off his face and hands with a paring knife. He opted instead to chew through his tongue and choke to death on his blood. The second captive repeated what we already knew. Queen Magrel went on the hunt and did not appear for the evening's festivities. Her body was later found with 4 steel swords through the chest. I asked what he knew about one of the 4 swords being a replica of Hysarian's Sword of Mercy. He had not heard about that, or at least claimed as much. He later died on a rack, smiling slightly. The third crow must have realized he would not leave the dungeon alive. He seemed to hope that anger Master Fiore, he would earn himself a quick death. The crow tried our patience with pithy comments while Master Fiore was trying to work. At one point, he made a remark about Fiore's mother, which I shall not repeat here. I would admit to feeling admiration for his ability to retain a capacity for coherent speech and even some wit while under extreme duress. Amid all his useless chatter, this third crow did raise an important point. His guild has a reputation to uphold. They are ruthless, efficient, and discreet. How would they maintain such notoriety if agents routinely revealed their name of employers with something as banal as torture? This gave me pause. I called for a halt to the session. After some thought, I stabbed the man through the heart and set the 4th and 5th crow captives free. If there is a confession to be extracted, it will not be done with pain. I recommend we abandon this course of action. Captain Aristide tasked with investigating the assassination of Queen Magrel and Antiva. Wow. So crow lore, friends. Awesome. Excuse me, sir.
Inquisition, huh? I wish to holy Andraste you'd gotten here sooner. These Tevinters make my shoulder blades itch.
Who are you?
Name's Talwyn, formerly of the Circle of Magi in Hosberg. Lived my whole life there, since I was 10 years old and came into my magic. 3 meals a day, quality education, a roof over my head. If you're not summoning demons, a mage tower's a fine place to be.
If you were happy in the circle, why are you here with the rebels?
We're all rebels now. The vote saw to that. The majority wanted to dissolve the circles. The rest of us went with them or were cut loose.
There are still some of us who are loyal in the Empress's court.
I figured I'm better off with my fellow mages than on my own.
You're not happy with this new alliance?
Something's not right about that lot. They're not like us. Magic or no, I'd rather count myself among decent folk than stand with magisters.
How did the Grand Enchanter end up working with Tevinter?
1 minute, we were bracing for the Templars to attack. The next, we had a Magister ally. It was a stroke of luck that's given us an edge. In a way. Out of the frying pan.
Goodbye.
Be careful. The Tevinters likely aren't happy you're asking questions.
Well, probably not, but we're going to keep on asking him. Alright, we really need to get to the Chantry because we are coming to an end here. And I definitely want to get that done here. The Annulment of Dearest mode. When we heard of the injustice against our fellow mages at the White Spire, the Circle of Magi in Valrio, I feared that was to come. Our circle at Dearest Mud is small and isolated. It exists largely as a facade to appease the Chantry. When the other circles rose up, the Chantry sent seekers across the bay from Aesley to investigate. They found us mixing freely with our families, training female mages in the tradition of the seers, and denounced us as apostates. Perhaps they thought we were spineless rogues who could be intimidated with a little bloodshed. Before I was the first enchanter, I was daughter of Captain Revold of the Felicia Armada. I know how to plan a battle. They brought with them a small army of Templars. We fought and we might have won, but they invoked the right of annulment, and with the unrelenting brutality that allowed, it is their right to put screaming apprentices to the sword, burn our tainted libraries, crush irreplaceable artifacts under their heels, tear down the very walls of our home. No mage has a right to disagree. We of the Dersimar Circle wait now behind barricades. I have sent word to the brothers and sister mages of this outrage. When they break through, we will not die alone. From the journal entry of First Enchanter, Ravella slain in Darsimon 940 Dragon. That's unfortunate. Poor lady, man. Excuse me, Sarah. Is there anything in here? No? Anything in here? Seers and the Ulsmet. 23 of Ferentis. When I set out for the capital Ravane, I did not anticipate arriving in the middle of a little provincial festival. The streets are thick with fishermen and farms coming in from the countryside. For some gathering, rural life apparently breeds fierce rivalries. I seen more than one fistfight erupt in a square outside the inn. And do they call this music? Excellent wine, however, it must be Antivan. The agreement is sealed. The merchant had more jewelry on his hand than Orlesian women do on their fingers, but anyone willing to sell me silk at this price may dress how they please. Sabal, whose title is Anain, is an imitable sort who offered to show me all's met tonight. Apparently the village leaders, hedge mages they dub seers, travel to Darzaman twice a year to meet the council, forge trade agreements, and publicly pledge loyalty to Queen of Ravane. Deals made at Allsmate are seen as especially suspicious. Sabal warned me that sometimes Hothead will attempt to settle out feuds. The Seers decree binding judgments here, but there are also feats, lavish gift-giving ceremonies, music contests, and other rustic nonsense. This explains the rabble. Still, it might be amusing to sample the local color. I've witnessed a loudly public exchange between two men trying to outdo each other with ridiculous boasts in a square. The most extravagant liar was applauded and decorated with wreaths by the crowd. The Ravani are lively, I'll grant them that, and not at all afraid to drink with Tevinter. Pleasant oath threatened me after I tripped into him at the feast. Bit of fire cowed him. Impressed ladies too. What enlightenment attitudes these people have. Fantasises. Lovely dancers here. Must rem. Get vintage from innkeeper. The label was blue. Find out who's sleeping on top of me. Bring more robes next year. 932 Dragon. from Verenium. Alright, let's get over to the Chantry area. Let's talk to this gentleman.
In the middle of the
You're
war.
from the Inquisition.
Fool girl.
I didn't think
Did
you'd
not
still
flee
be
Redcliffe
here.
when the dead walked
Were
into
you
our
really
village.
looking to
You
ally
will
with
not
us?
flee now.
The mages to be free, you sound doubtful. No, you should be contained. I mean, he does sound doubtful. Ace would definitely call him out on that. Yes, the mages to be free, he definitely feels that, sure. But he's also feeling that this guy does sound doubtful that the Inquisition is willing to actually side with him.
Is that so hard to believe?
Everyone blames us. The Templars left the Chantry too. That's worse, isn't it? They took an oath. Yet everyone calls it the Mage Rebellion. We're the ones they hate. What choice did we have? Stay and be slaves?
There are better ways than war to effect change.
I hope you can do something. Tying ourselves to Tevinter. That can't be the right way to end this.
You seem young to be part of this.
I'm Lysas. I came into my magic when I was 9 years old. Templars came into the alienage and took me to the Circle. They didn't even let me say goodbye. It's not right. I studied hard. I passed my harrowing. I sing the chant. But I'll be locked up for the rest of my life.
You don't approve of the Grand Enchanter's decision?
I was there when we voted to leave the Circle. She really seemed to care what we wanted. She was ready to rebel, but she wasn't going to unless it was the will of all mages. It's hard to believe she'd go behind our backs and sell us to the Magisters.
How long has Magister Alexius been here?
A day or two after. After the Conclave, he arrived. Come to save us from the wrath of the Templars, they said. But this doesn't feel like safety.
Take care of yourself. There's something strange going on.
I never thought the Grand Enchanter would swear to a Magister.
Take it easy, Lysis. So, there's like a thingy. Hold on. Excuse me, ma'am.
They say Andraste sent you to save the world. If it'll help save lives and bring peace, I'll be the first to believe.
I'll do my best. You sound doubtful. I don't care what you believe. He sounds doubtful again. As well as the mage over there.
I don't have to worry about you falling at my feet in worship, then? That has been tiresome.
I believe we must each attend to our own lives to find salvation.
Are you working for the Mage Rebellion?
Mages are children of the Maker, no less than the rest of us. They struggle no less with questions of faith.
Does that mean you support their freedom?
Given a choice between the Circle and death, most mages willingly gave up some small freedoms for safety. But the pendulum swings, and now it seems any restraint is too much. I think they should have a chance to prove they deserve freedom.
I don't see any other priests in the village. Where is everybody?
The Magister had the others escorted out for their own safety, but I refused. He can throw me out if he wants. Until then, I tend to my flock.
What are your feelings on the mages working with Tevinter?
The Imperium burned Andraste. Since then, we have led 4 exalted marches against them. Yet in all those marches, they still acknowledged the Maker. Now I speak of him and the Magisters laugh. Something has happened, and I dread to learn what.
I wonder what.
I will leave you to your duties.
Maker speed you, my child.
Take it easy, good woman. Alright, so there's something up here, friends. I'm going to save you some heartache, and you can't get it. This right here, you cannot get it. I spent hours and hours trying to jump up this rock, trying to fade step up there. You just can't get it. Just leave it be.
I am Sister Tanna. May I help you?
Think you're with a chantry?
Are you a chantry sister?
A lay sister only. I work here to help the poor and extend the Maker's kindness to those who need it. It is very busy work, especially in these times, but let me know if I can ever help you.
I found the letter you sent a Templar named Corin.
What? Shit. You can't prove anything. A letter from a rogue Templar. Nobody is going to care. So, what do you intend to do?
You degrade the chantry, you can do better with us and Cassandra. I think you will nudge Cassandra again. Excuse me, Cassandra. What do you think on this situation there?
Let's see. Impersonating a sister, smuggling, dishonoring chantry robes. I can think of more if you like. Or you could put your skills to use for the Inquisition.
And you'd keep quiet? Nobody else has to know.
That will depend on how honest your efforts are on our behalf.
All right, I'm in. Seems like the Inquisition is the safer bet these days.
Alright, let's get into the Chantry and get that started, and then we will save after that, because we are definitely running out of time here, friends.
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
Sure thing, friend. Get in there, Cassandra, and show him your fucking beard. Even though you don't have a beard, but you got a beard today. Hi, Sarah. Oh my goodness, the damage, though. Let's get back to Ace. You're done. Alright, let's get on Vivi. See if we can go ahead and take something out, anything. Oh, you already used it, Vivi! That's fine. Get in here, all of you. Get back to Ace. Oh, we got a big boy here. Ace, you gonna hit him? Having a hard time here, friends. You know what? Let's disrupt the rift. There we go. Oh! We're stuck in a corner here. We got a bunch of fucking boss race over here. Let's throw some bees. Bees, mother effer! He's done. Vivian needs help. She's good. More Dreamer Rags, that always is definitely handy.
Fascinating. How does that work exactly? You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Another Tevinter. Be cautious with this one.
Suspicious friends you have here. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
You're a Magister? Oh no.
Are you a Magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the terms interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
Quit grandstanding. Why help us? I feel like Ace would call him out on the grandstanding here, but in a good way-ish. Show a little light to it.
Stop talking like you're waiting for applause. Just tell me what's going on.
What? There's no applause? Fine. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
That sounds bad to get here before me, and that's ridiculous. I feel like Ace would feel like that's kind of ridiculous, this sort in time itself. I don't think he's ever heard of type magic like that, but then again, the breach is here, so it's maybe a thing, but I think he would feel like that's ridiculous.
I've never heard of magic that controls time.
Manipulating time itself? Many have attempted over the ages, but never once succeeded.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
There's a lot to swallow. Do you have evidence? I don't trust you. I feel like he would definitely want some kind of evidence. He is claiming that this magic is real, so it would be nice to know if he has some kind of evidence.
I'd like more proof than magical time control. Go with it.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
I'm flattered. How do we stop him? He doesn't scare me. I think Ace would be flattered at this point. Full force.
All this for me. And here I didn't get Alexius anything.
Send him a fruit basket. Everyone loves those. You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
Alright, so Redcliffe is indeed in a good deal of peril here, friends. So we have a lot of stuff to consider here, and we will probably pick one of these sides very shortly. Maybe I'll do a few more things, but I probably will actually honestly rush off and do one of these missions, but really awesome stuff here. Anyways, I'm out of here, friends. Take it easy, have a good one, stay safe, and I will see you all next time. Take care.